Hello and welcome to the channel. Gavaxman Spins. Today's video, if all has gone to plan, is the February vinyl finds. All vinyl, no CDs on this one. And this is, I'm having to cast my mind back a bit because all of these really were at the start of Feb. So there was a trip into Birmingham city centre to the Diskery, a trip to Bridgnorth to a couple of no it wasn't, yes it was Bridgnorth, a couple of record shops in Bridgnorth, and then going right back to the start of the month of February, Mosley record fair. So Dave Atkinson's already done a video where I'm in it, where we show what I bought, so I'll put those at the end, so if you see those you can skip past that. But if you haven't seen that, I'll also show you what I bought, but put a bit of the footage on if I can find it on my phone that Dave sent me. So that's the plan. You'll probably see cats that I'm slightly smarter than usual. Slight change to channel. I'm now no longer 100% retired. I will class myself as semi-retired now because boredom has set in. I've gone out and found myself a very nice seasonally type of job. So this week I'm doing that. So yeah, all good fun. So need some more money for these bloody records. So without further ado, and then the other thing I need to tell you is the themes for March and April. So March's theme is going to do some ranking on a couple of bands from the 2000s, because on the old vinyl community there's an awful lot of older music but not a lot of newer music. So I'll do something up to date. So it's only 20 years ago. So there you go, believe it or not. So yeah, it's going to look at some more modern bands in terms of ranking. April will be record store day type of month. We're also, a few of us, off to the big record fair in Denmark, which actually takes place on record store day, so that would be fun. So there'll be lots of videos. I might do a preview video of some of the stuff that's of interest to me, and then I might look at some past record store day, and I might also do some videos on record shops, time permitting, and all that type of stuff. So without further ado, let's go back in time to I think the first week of, actually all of these are in the first week of Feb, and a trip to sunny Birmingham on a very cold day, and met my mate Mark, who's also a subscriber. Hello Mark. For a bit of breakfast, and I dragged him around the salubrious streets of Birmingham looking for an old record shop that I wasn't sure if it was still going, but it is, and it was the Diskery. So it's moved, so those who know it from old, it has moved not that far away. It's not quite as nice a shop as it was before, but there was still some decent records there, and there was a really nice selection of 5 for 20. So as you know, I like a bargain, so that's where I headed. But yeah, the Diskery still going. There are some old boys in there playing Creedence Clearwater Water Revival at full blast. So I have to say, in terms of atmosphere, it was a great shop. But it's right at, getting almost right at the end of the Bristol Road for those who know Birmingham. So, but yeah, really good. And let's have a look what I got. So, as I mentioned, 5 for 20. So these are all £4 each. So what should we start with? So the second album from Mick Jones and Co, produced by Joe Strummer, so it's almost half a Clash album, certainly better than Cut the Crap. And this would be Big Audio Dynamite and Number 10 Upping Street, whole £4. I played this, it's great. The samples are brilliant throughout it. The track V13's got some great introductory samples, but really enjoyed that actually. Yeah, and again, I don't see these around too often, so for £4, quite happy to get that one. For those that follow a Welsh band called The Alarm, you'll know Mike Peters isn't particularly well at the moment, so I've been spotting and plugging some gaps in my Alarm collection. So I picked up this for £4, which is Electric Folklore Live. So a live album, I think from '88. Got the Immortal Spirit of 76 on, which I love that song, and then Rescue Me, Strength, Rain in the Summertime. We don't want that, do we? But yeah, so that was a pretty good album. And I'll leave what I thought was the best till last. Another UFO for the metalheads out there. So I've been gradually building these ones up when I see them. Cheap as chips, as they say. So no place to run, no bargain left unturned. So yeah, so this is like an 80s one, I think. Phil Mogg's still there. Michael Schenker's long gone. Pete Way, Paul Chapman, Paul Raymond, Andy Parker. So yeah, sober, but no, the Schenker's long gone by this time, but it's got Youngblood on it, No Place to Run, Alpha Centauri. I haven't actually had a chance to listen to this yet, so look forward to checking that out. And then 80s fans, for £4, a double album of outtakes, B-sides, stuff, sessions from the first two albums, Deacon Blue and Oh Las Vegas, which for £4 for many years I've put off buying that. Cats yeah, so £4, can't go on with that. And gotta be honest, I don't think it had hardly been played. It came up really well. And then finally, this is the one I thought was the deal of the day now. When I bought this, this was the last one in the deal, because I didn't twig there was a 5 for 20, so I thought they were like £5 each. And then I spotted the little sticker saying, oh, actually, it's, you buy a 5th one, you get there. And I'd seen this when I first went in, and I kind of ejected it because there was a little bit of sleeve damage. So you'll see that there. I thought actually to start with that was actually part of the sleeve. I thought it was like a lake, but actually it's just the cover's got a bit kind of damaged. Now it's Wishbone Ash's, I think, is it their second album? The one before Argus in any case. So I played this. Now when I got it home, I did take it out and I looked at all the others, but I kind of chucked this one at the end. Nice gatefold. And then I got it home and I thought, oh, you know when you look at a record and you think, buggity bugger, I wouldn't have bought this if I'd have spotted it. So I'll try and show it you because I could just spot it now. So first of all, it's a lovely label, that, so for people who like this type of stuff. I do like that. So I think it's like, might not be the very first press, but it's certainly within the first year. But on side one, when I noticed it, there was a little bit, oh yeah, the camera might, will it pick it up? Don't know if that's a smudge on my phone or what. Ah, it's over there. So there's, no, it's never going to show you, is it? Anyhow, there was a teeny bit of what looked like a scuff or something like that on the vinyl. And I have to say, if I'd have spotted it, I wouldn't have bought it. But as you all know, those who watch the channel, I have one of those vacuum record cleaners, and I thought, well, for £4, I won't cry too much. Let's see if I can clean it up. So I give it the biggest clean of any record I've cleaned ever. I did it about 10 times, and the one particular section I left the like stuff, like the solution, to soak in, and I gave it a really good scrub with the horsehair, goat hair, something hairbrush. And I'm pleased to tell you guys, it plays all the way through, and all you have for about 10 seconds as it rotates is a little click, and it's fortuitously in a bit between the end of one song and the start of another. So to be honest with you, you don't really notice it. So for £4, I'm really pleased with that one. So that's the second Wishbone Ash album I've picked up in recent years, and good band. They reminded me of a band called Midlake. So I don't know if you guys who maybe like some more modern music, there's like an echoes of Midlake, all the way around, echoes of Wishbone Ash in Midlake. So good album there, really enjoyed that one. So that was Birmingham. Had a nice breakfast, bloody cold, did some guerrilla filming of the Black Sabbath sites for the shorts, and caught the train back, and was sober, which was all good. And then later in that week, I was on my social media, as is the want. One of my local record shops in Bridgnorth on Wednesday night popped up a little advert going, big collection in, need to reduce space on the shelves. So all my old £4 and £5 albums are going to be £1, and some of the £10 albums might be £7, etc, etc, etc. So I was reading this on Wednesday night and hatched a cunning plan to nip up to lovely Bridgnorth on Thursday morning. Shop opens at 10. Got there, thought I'll do a bit of filming on my phone while I'm there, and it was so cold I gave up because it was a glove job. It was absolutely bitter. So so I parked in Lowtown, got charged an extortionate amount for parking. Bridgnorth Council, if you want people to come to town centres, why are you charging ridiculous sums for parking? I do not know. Pootled up the hill, forgoed the train thing, the cliff top railway thing. I thought, I'm young and fit, I'll walk up these hills, and then regretted it. Got to the top and into this local record shop. So this is Voodoo Valley Records. I did have a bag for them, but I'll probably recycle it somewhere. So So yeah, good shot. Follow him on social media. And I said, young man, show me your pound bins. So he pointed them out. There was another chap who had the same advert, seen the same thing on Facebook, but he was second in the queue, so I did not leave him a lot. To be honest with you, there wasn't masses in the pound bin. There were also some free records as well. He was just saying if you want to have them. But I did have a look through at some of the other stuff that was used. So I'm going to quickly show you the pound selection, and then I'm going to show you a couple of ones that were in the more expensive stuff that came down. So now I've played some of these, and I'm going to leave one till last. So the first one, so I was reading something on something like Wikipedia or something like that, and Rockin' Rod Stewart, who I do have a fond regard for his early stuff, and particularly the stuff with the faces. Somebody was saying that I kind of thought that everything after Atlantic Crossing was probably not worth bothering with, but somebody put on actually that his last really good album is A Night on the Town. So that's the one I bought. This is a weird one because it's kind of like the spine thing is there, but the cover then looks like that. And then you've also got another cover where he's got a thingy, nice, cool. It's not cool at all, is it? But yeah, he lost it a little bit there. But this is one of those where one side's a slow side, the other side's a fast side, and the slow side is actually pretty good. Tonight's the Night. First cut is the deepest. The Cat Stevens song, can't go on with that. Average on call 4 for you, but The Killing of Georgie parts 1 and 2, which is a great song, quite a brave song actually, because it's all about effectively gay bashing in the mid-70s for a chap who, Rod Stewart was blondes, football, fast cars. It's quite a brave single to do, so that's a great song. Side 2 though, which is the fast side, is pretty rubbish, so it's half a good Rod Stewart album, but for £1 can't go on with that, can we? The next one I bought, next two actually, were for Mrs. Gavaxman Spins, because whenever she comes with me to record fairs and antique centres, she spots things, and I sometimes pull her face and go, and she spotted this one about 200 times, and it's gone like £5, £4, £3, £52. So when I saw it for £1, I thought, oh, I can't not get it for her. So Climby Fisher. The album's everything. The big song obviously is Love Changes Everything. If you listen to Greatest Hits Radio, they play that like every 7 minutes. Rise to the Occasion on there, and of course he did go on and work with Eric Clapton, so there's a little bit of credibility in there. But for £1, how could I deny my good lady wife another one for her 80s collection? But as a footnote, when I was on Amazon, I was looking at what's coming out in the next few months, and there ain't a lot, to be honest with you, but I noticed this is getting a vinyl reissue, and they wanted 35 quid for it, so I got it for £1. So why would you pay £35 for this record? They're everywhere. You see these in record shops, record fairs for, well, £1, £2, £3. I think I told my wife she couldn't pay £3 for it because it was overpriced, so £1, yeah. But yeah, so that was a good one. There's another one I see everywhere that I wasn't going to reject for £1. I did see this, somebody priced this at a record fair for 10 quid, and it put me off really looking around the record fair. So believe it or not, somebody wanted a tenner for that. It's a £4, £3 album every day of the week. Alison Moyet, her second solo album. Love Yazoo, so I'm happy to have a bit of Alison Moyet in. Again, radio staples is This Love, Week in the Presence of Beauty. Yeah, so I'd quite like to get the debut solo album actually, but for £1 we can't go wrong with that one. Alison Moyet, Rain Dancing was the album, very appropriate for January and February in the UK. And double album, live album from the 70s for £1, of course, I kid you not, 10cc, Live and Let Live and Let Live, or Live and Let Live, well, I don't know how to say it. Nice gatefold, cleaned up pretty well, this did actually. So a whole £1, can't go wrong with that. Wall Street Shuffle, I'm Mandy Fly Me, I think that's a fantastic song, so yeah, I was well happy with that. So there you go, £1. And then the last one, a little bit like the one at where was it? Birmingham, the Diskery. The last one I bought, this was £1, and I ummed and ahed, and I nearly didn't bother because it looked a little bit battered. So somebody called David Nobbo or Knobhead or whatever has kindly stuck his signature on it, but the sleeve was a little bit tatty. It's missing I think there was originally a booklet that might have gone in the middle or something, but this was £1. Okay, so it's Marvin Gaye's Anthology. And when I had a look at the vinyl, because I got a record cleaning machine, I thought, for £1, will it clean up? Will it clean up? There was I couldn't see any big scratches. It didn't look like it being used as a frisbee or anything like that. And got it out and I'm give it a clean. This is absolutely fantastic. So the first side is like all kind of mono-y kind of stuff, and it sounds absolutely fabulous. So blah 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 blah, can I get a witness, stubborn kind of fellow, hitchhike. And then it's got the one the Who covered on it. Can't remember what it's called. 0 out of 10 for me. What's the one the Who did as a B-side? Baby Don't You Do It. There you go. Sorry, I got there eventually. So that's on side 1 as well. And then side 3 goes, you get towards Heard It Through the Grapevine, Too Busy Thinking About My Baby. But side 4, What's Going On, Inner City Blues, Trouble Man. Brad Pitt used that, didn't he, in 7. Obviously that's something else I've got in common with Brad Pitt. Let's Get It On, Special Part of Me. So great album. So for £1, no scratches. The first side sounds phenomenal. The last side sounded phenomenal. I think side 2 was fine. Side 3 had a little bit of crackly crackle, but I'll probably clean it again and it was fine. So £1 bargain. So those were the pound sections at Voodoo Valley. But I then had a look through some of the reduced stuff. Now this is the second album of these I found this year, so they're like buses, you don't see them and then the 2 come along quite quickly. I'm still not entirely sure if I like the one I bought before, but it's certainly different. So this is another album by the Incredible String Band, those lovely bunch of hippies that they are, and a nice gatefold, all green, and they're hanging around, 2 blokes, 2 women, God knows what they're getting up. So that was I think might have been £5 or £6, can't remember, but a nice little album. But the one that I was delighted, and this might be my vinyl find a month. So for those who've watched any of these videos in the past, you will have heard me say I've been trying to pick up the Free catalogue, and I've been doing quite well on a fabulous band, Free, love them. And I was just missing the second album and Highway, and the second album I've managed to get. So this is a beautiful copy. It's not quite a first press. It's certainly a 70s jobby. I'll show you the label because I know people like to look at that. So it's a Pink Rim Island, very, very nice, I have to say. Sounds absolutely phenomenal. And this was probably, look, it's a wonderful gatefold as well. Teensy weensy bit of writing on there. I don't mind the writing. It's so unobtrusive, I'll let them off. So I always find the stories of this. So this was to Sue, thanks for all the drinks. Love, Damien. So obviously Damien treated Sue to this for hopefully he got a drink and who knows what else. But there you go. So yeah, the wonderful Free second album. If you haven't heard this, it's brilliant. I'll Be Creeping, Songs of Yesterday, Mouthful of Grass, Woman, Broad Daylight. Oh, it's just brilliant. So, and I have to say, I've got all of these on CDs, but the original vinyl of 3 albums just kills it. Doesn't matter what version they've remastered. These just sound proper, is the word I would use. So, delighted to that. So, all I need now is a nice copy of Highway, which has eluded me. I've seen Highway lots of times, but it always has been a bit battered. I'm hoping I can find another one. So that was Voodoo. Went then to the charity shop and bought all those beautiful South CDs. So if you haven't seen the video before this one, which was the Not Vinyl Finds, more about that in that one. And then I went to the other one in Bridgnorth. This name has completely escaped me. I did mean before I started shooting this video to write it down, and I forgot. But it's the second shop in Bridgnorth, not Voodoo Valley, the other one. And I'm going to sound a little bit like John the 6-inch pianist now, because, oh, another cat. There was a soul section. This cat can be a bit naughty. Commodores, greatest. It's the second time I bought this year. The first time was a disaster. I didn't look at the record and it was absolutely trashed to buggery. This one's fine, but it's got a really tight spindle hole. I'm just going to try and encourage that cat to go that way. So that was that one. Couple of quid. I'm going to pause and come back. Right. Skillfully edited there. Hopefully that will look better than it should be. Commodores was the last one. Greatest hits, can't go wrong with that, can you? Very tight spindle hole. I might have to get a little file in or something. Another bargain. I told you, it might sound like John the 6-inch pianist. The Supremes, bit of Motown. This is, now I like this one because this is the greatest hits of the post Diana Ross era. So when Flo something was it? Can't remember her name, but yeah, good album. Nathan Jones, Stone Love, can't go on with that. Cheap as chips, so a bit of soul-y stuff. Then in the £3 section, I'm sure Dave Atkinson's talked about this at length, but Jackson Browne, this is the first Jackson Browne album I bought, so hopefully it's a good one. The Running on Empty, which I think is all recorded kind of live on the road, you know, in hotel rooms and rehearsals and stuff like that. Looking forward to that. Another ELO album to top up the collection, so nearly got all theirs, but this one's pretty good. Hold On Tight's the big single. Twilight, From the End of the World, The Lights Go Down, 21st Century Man. So another Brummie band, but the absolute one. I've been after this for ages, and whenever I've seen it in the past, it's been battered to beggary. This one wasn't. Most copies of this look like they've been to a sex show or a peep show, but this one hasn't. It's the wonderful Soft Cell, Tainted Love and all that, Non-Stop Erotic Cabaret. Had it on CD for years, but finally got a nice vinyl copy that is not been abused. So very, very good. Say hello, wave, goodbye. Can't go on with that. Right, so at this point, if you watched the video where I went to the Moseley record fair with Dave, you may have seen these, so feel free to tune out. If you haven't seen that one, I will show you now. So no particular order. Great day, love the Moseley record fair. Didn't go in March purely because I'm trying to conserve some money for Den Bosch next month. You know, I've had to go and get a job as well. But there you go, The Infected. Been after that for ages. That was a really nice find, and this great album. Started to really kind of appreciate the more now than back in the day after seeing them live, because he's really, really good actually. So that's a great album. Heartland, that's the song, isn't it? Can't go on with that. One of the few Paul Weller albums by the Style Council that I hadn't got, the live album Home and Abroad, and I was jumping up and down because it's still got the Obi, which is in there, which goes around the back, because most of these you don't have them anymore, and this actually goes for quite a decent amount these days. I also found a CD for this for £1 in a charity shop as well, so I did quite well with this album this month. So I hadn't got it at all, and now I've got a nice CD copy and a nice wonderful vinyl copy with the Obi, which is all important. Those that have been watching, I've been buying up Cat Stevens albums. Found another one, the debut Mona Bone Jack On, which is rather rude as to what that's about, but this is a great album. Starts with Lady d'Arborville. It's just a really, really good album. So that was cheap as chips as well. Not quite first press, but one of those Palm Tree Island ones, you know, with the night and day labels. But yeah, really, really good. Pleased with that. Great album too. Human League. This one I think is their debut, and this kind of finishes my early collection of those. So Reproduction with a creepy baby on the back. Empire State is the one. Empire State Human is the big track on that one. So can't go on with that. Then in the £1 section, I found a brilliant. This is cleaned up really well. Cover's a bit tatty, but you don't play the cover, do you? Heaven 17, Penthouse and Pavement, a bit of a classic. So I've got the luxury gaps. I've now managed to find the first one. So 1981 on Virgin again. So that was quite a good twin with the Human League there. For those that like their rock, dun, 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 Gillan, Double Trouble, one studio album, one live album. Nice gatefold. About £5 this was, so couldn't knock that one up. So getting through there. I mentioned this band earlier, but the second album by Deacon Blue. Fergus Sings the Blues is one I really like that, but Queen of the New Year. It's got, of course, the big single Real Gone Kid on it. Wages Day. Fergus Sings the Blues. Really good album, actually. So, as in the £4 or £5 section. This one was £3, another 80s. Aztec Camera. Knife. Can't go on with that. Produced by Mark Knopfler, Dire Straits fame. And then the first one I bought, and I have to say, thanks to the guy who sold this to me, he'd also got a YouTube channel and he was a musician. So he subscribed to me, and I said, oh, well, when you subscribe, I'll know you and I'll follow you back. And sadly, he's got his subscribers a secret, so I've no idea what his channel is. But if the young man who sold me this lovely Julian Cope album puts a link to his channel in the, if he's watching this, puts a link to his channel, I'll check out your music, because he was a nice lad, and he's subbed to my channel and to David Atkinson's. World Shut Your Mouth, I think his second solo album. The first one was Fried, wasn't it? Doesn't have the single on it, but it's got the great song Greatness and Perfection. Elegant Chaos is a great song as well on this, so really good album. And you don't see Julian Cope stuff that often in the wild. So there you go. So if you've made it that far, well done. Apologies for the interruption in the video. In the middle, I'll now bung some footage of the Moseley record fair, and this time I won't try and add music to it or anything like that, because last time I did that I ended up copyright restriction, and then lost all the audio from the clip as well, so it's just like a silent movie. So hopefully you'll hear me and Dave talking some waffle at the end of this, and you'll get to see a little bit of the Moseley. Thanks for watching. That might be a bit longer than I was expecting. Quite a lot to show there, but March's vinyl finds might be a little bit reduced, because at the moment there's not that many. So we shall see, but being good this month. Thanks for watching. Go back to my spoons. Over and out. See you on the next one. Here we go again then.